What if I told you that 3 minutes every morning could completely transform the way you live your life? Not because the world around you changes, but because you do. In Buddhism, we're reminded again and again, peace doesn't come from controlling the outside world. It comes from mastering the world within. And every new sunrise offers us the chance to return to that truth, to awaken, not just physically, but spiritually. This is not about religion. It's about awareness. It's about starting each day not with fear, distraction, or stress, but with presence, gratitude, and clarity. For over 2,500 years, Buddhist teachings have guided millions toward a deeper understanding of life, a path of compassion, mindfulness, wisdom, and inner peace. And today, I want to share with you one of the simplest, yet most powerful practices I've found on this path. The 5 morning affirmations. These are not just positive quotes. They are seeds. And when spoken with sincerity and awareness, these 5 lines have the power to rewire your thoughts, shift your emotional state, and realign your mind with your heart, all before your day even begins. Each line is rooted in a timeless truth. Each word echoes the deeper teachings of the Buddha, and together, they form a morning ritual that reconnects you with your highest self. If you've ever felt lost, scattered, unmotivated, if you've longed for more peace, more purpose, more presence, this practice is for you. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about coming home to who you already are. Calm, capable, and whole. So take a breath, and let's begin this day with intention. One sacred line at a time. Every morning, the universe gives you a silent invitation to rise not just from your bed, but from your old ways of thinking, to begin again, to awaken not just your body, but your spirit. And in this sacred space of the early morning, there is a powerful opportunity to choose who you are becoming. In Buddhism, the mind is described as a garden. Every thought you water, every word you speak, every intention you carry, plants a seed. And just like in nature, these seeds don't disappear. They grow. Some bloom into peace. Some bloom into suffering. But they all begin with a moment of awareness. That's why this simple practice of repeating 5 mindful affirmations each morning is not just a motivational habit. It is a spiritual discipline. It's a quiet act of self-liberation, a way to step back into your power by anchoring yourself in truth. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that the root of suffering isn't the world itself. It's the mind's reaction to the world. We suffer because we forget. We forget that everything is impermanent. We forget that we are not our thoughts, nor our past. We forget that peace is already available, but only when we return to the present moment. These 5 morning affirmations are designed to bring you back to what matters, back to your heart, back to the present, where all transformation begins. Let's break it down. 1. Gratitude. I am grateful for this new day. This line is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that life, just as it is a miracle. Gratitude doesn't ignore reality. It changes how you meet it. When you start your day with thankfulness, you train your mind to see beauty, even in the ordinary. 2. Impermanence. I embrace impermanence. In Buddhism, nothing is permanent. Not joy, not pain, not even your own identity. When you embrace this truth, you stop clinging to the past and fearing the future. You begin to trust the natural flow of life. This one affirmation can free you from so much suffering. 3. Compassion. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. Compassion is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. And it begins with how you treat yourself. This line is a reminder to speak gently to your own heart and to carry that gentleness into the world. A compassionate mind is a peaceful mind. 4. Wisdom. I walk the path of wisdom. This is about intention. It's about choosing mindfulness over mindlessness. Wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about understanding what matters most. It's choosing peace when anger arises, and clarity when confusion tempts you to react. 5. Peace. I am at peace with myself, perhaps the most powerful of all. In this moment, no matter what you're facing, you can return to peace. It's not about having no problems. It's about remembering that your true nature is unshakable. Calm, steady, whole. When you speak these 5 lines with intention, you are not just affirming words. You are building a foundation for the rest of your day. You are declaring who you want to be and giving yourself permission to live from that place. This is how real transformation happens. Not with force, but with practice. Not all at once, but one mindful morning at a time. Gratitude is the seed from which all other virtues grow. And yet, in the rush of everyday life, it's often the first thing we forget. When you wake up in the morning and speak the words, I am grateful for this new day, you are doing something extraordinary. You are choosing to begin with awareness. You're not waiting for something good to happen before you feel good. You're claiming the day as a blessing simply because you are here to live it. In Buddhist teaching, gratitude is not about counting your possessions. It's about recognizing the miracle of being alive. Each breath, each step, each moment is a gift. And when you're present with that truth, you begin to see life differently. The ordinary becomes sacred. The small things start to matter, and your heart begins to open. Gratitude softens the mind. It releases the grip of craving and comparison. It reminds us that we already have enough, and we already are enough. When you start your day in gratitude, your energy shifts. Challenges become lessons. Annoyances become opportunities for patience. And even sorrow carries a hidden light. This one line, simple as it is, realigns you with the present. It says, I will not take today for granted. I will not sleepwalk through my life. I will cherish this day as a new beginning, a new chance to awaken, because every day is a gift, and gratitude is the key that unlocks its fullness. Everything changes. The seasons shift. Emotions rise and fall. People come and go. And nothing, absolutely nothing, stays the same. When we say, I embrace impermanence, we are not just stating a truth. We are surrendering to it with wisdom. We are letting go of the illusion that anything in life is permanent. And with that letting go, we free ourselves. In Buddhism, impermanence, or anicca, is one of the three marks of existence. It's not a flaw in life. It is life. Everything is in motion. Every joy, every sorrow, every situation, no matter how beautiful or painful, is temporary. And yet, we suffer so deeply because we resist this truth. We cling to the things we love, trying to make them last forever. We push away discomfort, wishing it would vanish instantly. But the more we hold on, the more we struggle. To embrace impermanence is to become like the river, always flowing, never grasping. This one affirmation is a quiet revolution. It reminds us that loss is part of life, and that change, while difficult, is also the doorway to transformation. By embracing impermanence, we don't become cold or detached. We become more alive. We cherish what we have while it's here. We stop wasting time waiting for perfect moments. We stop fearing the end and start honoring the middle. So when life shifts, as it always will, return to this truth. Whisper to yourself, I don't need to control what changes. I only need to accept what is, because the more you flow with life, the more peaceful your heart becomes. Compassion is not just a virtue, it's a way of being. When you say, I cultivate compassion for myself and others, you are planting one of the most powerful seeds in the garden of your mind. And like all things in Buddhism, it starts with awareness, not of the world out there, but of the world within. Too often, we are taught to be kind to others while being harsh with ourselves. We beat ourselves up for not being enough, for not doing more, for making mistakes. But Buddhism reminds us, you cannot give what you do not have. True compassion begins at home, in your own heart. Self-compassion is not laziness. It's not self-pity. It's the courageous act of saying, I am worthy of love, even when I fall short. I am still growing, and that's okay. From that place of gentleness toward yourself, a doorway opens. And it becomes so much easier to extend that same gentleness to others. You begin to see people not as problems to fix, but as fellow travelers on the same uncertain, beautiful, painful road. And suddenly, your presence becomes a refuge. In Buddhist teachings, compassion is active. It's not just feeling sorry for someone. It's the intention to relieve suffering, to understand, to hold space. Whether it's a kind word, a patient silence, or forgiving yourself after a hard day, compassion transforms. So when you speak this line in the morning, let it be a vow. Today, I will be soft where the world is hard. I will forgive. I will understand. And I will love, starting with me. And from that love, the world begins to heal. To walk the path of wisdom is to walk through life with your eyes and your heart wide open. When you affirm, I walk the path of wisdom, you are not claiming to know everything. You are choosing to live in a state of deep awareness, grounded in the intention to learn, to grow, and to see things as they truly are. In Buddhism, wisdom is not just about intellectual knowledge. It's about seeing clearly, seeing the nature of suffering, seeing the impermanence of all things, seeing that your thoughts are not always truth, and that freedom comes not from controlling life, but from understanding it. Walking the path of wisdom means asking different questions. Not why is this happening to me, but what is this here to teach me? Wisdom is found in the pause before you react. It's in the breath you take before you speak. It's in choosing to respond with mindfulness instead of habit. It means listening more deeply, observing more quietly, acting with clarity rather than impulse. This affirmation is a commitment, not to being perfect, but to being awake, to moving through life not as a victim of your circumstances, but as a conscious participant in your own becoming. When you walk the path of wisdom, you become a mirror for others. You reflect calm in the midst of chaos. You become a source of groundedness, not because life is easy, but because your insight runs deep. So each morning, remind yourself, I will choose presence over autopilot. I will let wisdom guide my words, my choices, and my heart, because this path, walked with awareness, leads to true liberation. Peace isn't something you find in the world. It's something you uncover within. When you say, I am at peace with myself, you are affirming one of the most courageous truths you can live by. That your worth is not based on what you achieve, how others see you, or whether everything in life is going perfectly. Your peace does not depend on perfection. It is not something that waits for one day. It is something you can choose right now. Buddhist wisdom teaches that true peace is not the absence of pain or challenge. It's the presence of clarity, acceptance, and loving awareness. It's the ability to befriend yourself, even when your thoughts are messy and your emotions are stormy. When you affirm peace, You are not pretending your struggles don't exist. You're simply refusing to let them define your identity. You're choosing to soften, to breathe, to return home to yourself. Again and again. This peace is your anchor. It's the stillness in the eye of the storm. It's the quiet voice inside that says, "You're doing okay. Keep going." And the more you say this affirmation, with sincerity, with presence, the more it becomes your reality. Over time, it settles into your nervous system, into your energy field, into your way of being. So speak it slowly, speak it boldly. I am at peace with myself, not because life is perfect, but because you are learning to meet life and yourself with unconditional acceptance. And in that acceptance, peace naturally arises. It's one thing to know the words. It's another to live them. These 5 affirmations aren't meant to sit on a screen or a page. They are meant to be spoken, felt, embodied. That's where the real magic happens. And the most powerful time to do this is in the first few minutes of your day. The early morning is sacred. It's the moment before the world rushes in, before the noise, the pressure, the distractions. Your mind is still soft. Your energy is still fresh. It's in this silence that you can plant the deepest seeds. Here's how to turn these 5 lines into a morning ritual that anchors your soul. Step 1. Create a quiet space. Find a spot in your home that feels peaceful. It doesn't need to be fancy, just somewhere you can sit without distraction. Light a candle, incense, or simply sit by the window. Let this be your space of stillness. Step 2. Breathe deeply. Take a few long, conscious breaths. Inhale peace. Exhale tension. Feel your body settle. Let your awareness gently return to the present. Step 3. Speak the affirmations aloud, one by one. Say each line slowly. Let the words land, not just in your mind, but in your heart. Pause between each one. Close your eyes. Visualize the energy of each line surrounding you like a gentle light. Revolving heart. Step 4. Feel the emotion. Don't just say "I am grateful." Feel the gratitude. Don't just say "I am at peace." Let yourself touch that peace, even if only for a few seconds. Folded hands. Step 5. End with silence. After all 5 lines, sit quietly. Let the energy settle. Offer yourself a smile. Then carry that presence into your day. Not as a performance, but as a quiet truth that lives inside you. Because how you begin your morning shapes how you carry your soul through the world. Let's be honest. Even the most powerful practices can fade when life gets busy, messy, or overwhelming. So if you've ever started a habit with excitement, only to see it slip away, you're not alone. And it doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. Here are a few common challenges with this practice. and how to move through them with mindfulness and grace. Fog it feels repetitive or mechanical. That's okay. Repetition is part of rewiring your inner dialogue. But to keep it alive, change how you say the words. Emphasize different phrases. Speak slower. Reflect more deeply. Let each morning be a new opportunity to explore the affirmations from a fresh angle. Alarm clock, I don't have time. You don't need 30 minutes. Start with 3. Say the affirmations while brushing your teeth or during your commute. The power isn't in the length. It's in the intention. Pensive face, I don't feel it. Sometimes you'll say I am at peace while feeling the opposite. That's not failure. That's practice. Say it anyway. Feel whatever comes up. You're training your nervous system to recognize peace as a real option, not just a wish. Thought balloon, I forget. Anchor the practice to something you already do. Waking up, drinking water, making tea, or leave a note where you'll see it first thing. Remember, consistency beats perfection. Every time you return to these affirmations, you're returning to yourself, and that is a victory. You may think you're just sitting quietly, speaking a few words to yourself in the morning, but in truth, you're changing the energy of the world. Every time you speak these 5 affirmations with presence and intention, you're not just shifting your own mind. You're influencing the space around you. That shift in your tone, your body language, your reactions, it's felt by your family, your coworkers, the person you smile at on the street. Peace is contagious. Kindness spreads. Wisdom multiplies. In Buddhism, this is known as interbeing. The idea that we are all connected, like waves on the same ocean. When one wave rises in mindfulness, it lifts others with it. So when you choose to cultivate gratitude, someone else feels more appreciated. When you embrace impermanence, someone else learns to let go. When you show yourself compassion, someone else feels less alone. When you walk with wisdom, you inspire others to question, to pause, to think. And when you live in peace, truly, deeply, the world becomes a little safer, a little softer. You don't have to preach. You don't have to perform. Your example is enough. By showing up to your own practice each morning, you're doing more than just healing yourself. You are becoming a mirror of possibility for others. Never underestimate the power of one peaceful person in a chaotic world. That person could be you. You don't need a perfect life to feel peace. You don't need all the answers to walk in wisdom. You don't need to fix the world to make it brighter. All you need is the willingness to begin.